Good morning, students. Today we shall have calculation of errors. So absolute error calculations, and then relative error calculation, and then finally percentage error calculation. So first, what is the meaning of absolute errors? To understand the meaning of absolute errors, let us suppose that in a particular measurement the observations are A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5 and so on. A1, A2, A3, A4 and so on. An means we have taken suppose n number of observations are the measured values of a particular physical quantity in general. Then first we take arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean of all these quantities we calculate it. We call it as A mean of all these is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 and so on up to An divided by number of observations, number of measured values. The number of measured values here is n. So this can be written as sigma I equal to 1 up to n ai whole divided by n. So the numerical value gives you the summation a1 plus a2 plus a3 and so on up to n. So if 5 quantities are there, we will be adding a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus a4 plus a5 divided by 5. So in general we have taken n. So this gives us mean value. So this mean value of the observations is almost close to true value. We take it almost close to true value. Now what is the meaning of absolute error? Now we calculate absolute errors. The difference of the measured value with the mean value gives us absolute value. For example, this difference is denoted by delta. Delta A1. Delta A1 means A1 minus A mean. So like that we calculate absolute errors for all observations, for all the number of measured values. Delta A2 gives us A2 minus A mean. This is the A mean, arithmetic mean. Delta A3 is equal to A3 minus A mean. So like that we carry up to n number of observations. Up to n number of observations. An minus A mean. Look here. The delta A1, delta A2, delta A3, these are the differences. The difference of the measured value with the mean value gives us the absolute error. So some absolute errors may be positive. Suppose A1 and A2 they are greater than A mean, then these values delta A1 and delta A2 will be positive. If suppose A3 is less than A mean and A4 is less than A mean, then those differences delta A3 and delta A4 will be negative. So we define absolute error as magnitude of difference between the measured value and the mean value. That is called as the absolute error. So here some differences may be positive and some may be negative. If A3 is less than A mean, then it will be negative. If A5 is less than A mean, then it will be negative. But we take the absolute error as the magnitude. So we take delta A, that is absolute. So this is called magnitude. So we take magnitude, which is always positive. Means modulus of any quantity. You know, this is the symbol of modulus. Modulus of any quantity is always positive. Even if it is negative, if you take the modulus of that, that becomes positive. So we take the magnitude of all these, so that the magnitude of all these will give us the positive values. So this is how we define what is absolute error. Absolute error is defined as the magnitude of difference between individual measured value with mean value is called as absolute error. So we got delta A1, delta A2, delta A3 and so on up to delta AN as the absolute errors. Next we are going to calculate relative error. To calculate relative error, we calculate the arithmetic mean of all these absolute errors. Arithmetic mean of absolute errors. So arithmetic mean of absolute errors, I will denote it as delta A mean. Delta A mean means we got all these values to be positive by taking the modulus. We got delta A1, delta A2, delta A3 and so on. All values are going to be positive because I have applied, we have to apply magnitude, means modulus. So take the arithmetic mean. So that gives us delta A1 plus delta A2 plus and so on up to delta AN modulus whole divided by n. So this gives us delta A mean. Then we define now what is relative error. Means the true value is going to lie in between A mean plus delta A mean or A mean minus delta A mean. The true value is going to lie in between the interval A mean plus delta A mean and A mean minus delta A mean. True value lies in between A mean plus delta A mean and A mean minus delta A. What is the meaning of this? We will come to know once we solve a simple problem. So this is the meaning of absolute error calculation and arithmetic mean of absolute errors. Now we calculate what is relative error. Relative error relative error is the ratio of the delta A mean to the A mean. Ratio of delta A mean here, delta A mean to A mean. This ratio gives us relative error. You will come to know the meaning of all this by solving the problem. At this juncture, I don't think you will understand clearly. Okay. Now, this is the relative error with respect to the mean value. Now, percentage error. Percentage error is calculated as this delta A mean divided by A mean. We are calculating the error for 100. This is going to be a fraction. This relative error is going to be a fraction. This fraction calculated for 100, that gives us percentage error. So this percentage error is denoted by small delta. This is small delta A. It is denoted by small delta A, percentage error. So this gives us percentage error. So from this percentage error, we come to know how much is the total error when we conduct an experiment and take some 8 observations or 10 observations from that experiment. Let us see an example and then you will understand the meaning of absolute error, percentage error calculations. Okay, quickly look into this problem. These are the observations from simple pendulum experiment. When we measure the period of oscillations of a simple pendulum, the readings of time periods turn out to be 2.63 second, 2.56 second, 2.71 second, 2.42 second and 2.80 seconds. It means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 observations are being taken and these are the different values when measured using simple pendulum. You know time period. Time period is time taken for one complete oscillation. Time taken for one complete oscillation is called as time period. When it is carried out for different values, different observations, these are the observed values 2.63, 2.56, 2.71, 2.42 and 2.80 seconds. Now calculate absolute errors, relative error and percentage error from this experiment. Now to calculate absolute error, the first thing that we should do is to calculate the arithmetic mean of time period. You know that time period is always denoted by capital T. Arithmetic mean. Of time periods. We calculate T mean. T mean is equal to, you take this one as T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. So we have to take sum of T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and divide it by number of observations. Number of observations are 5. So you have to just add 2.63 plus 2.56 plus 2.71 plus 2.42 plus 2.80 all divided by number of observations 5. So if you add this 3 plus 6, 9, 10, 12, carry 1, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 7, 20, 25 plus 6, 31, carry 3, 3 plus 2 5s are 10, it becomes 30, 13.12 divided by 5. So this gives us mean value of time period for 5 observations. 5 2s are 10, 3 remains 31, 5 6s are 30, then 12 remains, 5 2s are 10 again, 2 remains, then 5 4s are 20. So it becomes 2.624 seconds. This becomes the arithmetic mean of all the time periods. Now you see the given values are up to 2 decimal points, means up to 1/100th of a second. Up to hundredth of a second. So we'll approximate it up to 2 decimals. Here we got the result up to 3 decimals. So after approximations it becomes 2.62 seconds. So this is almost taken as true value. Means the measured values are little higher than the true value or little lower than the true values. So the difference that we take, that gives us absolute errors. Now we will calculate absolute errors. Absolute error. So delta T1 minus T mean. T1 is 2.63 minus T mean is 2.62. So this comes out to be 0.01 second. Of course it is positive. Now similarly you take delta T2. These are all arithmetic, these are all absolute errors. Now you take delta T2, 2.56 minus 2.62, where 2.62 is the mean value. So this comes out to be minus 6 minus 0.06. But we have to take positive value, that is we have to take magnitude, modulus, that we will write later. Delta T3 in the same manner. Delta T3 equal to 2.71. 2.71 minus 2.62. So if you take the difference, it comes out to be 0.09 second plus 0.09 second. So this is positive. Then delta T4 you see. Delta T4, that is this one, 2.42 minus 2.62. So when you take the difference, it comes out to be minus 0.20 second. 0.20 second. Then delta T5, 2.80 minus 2.62. If you take the difference, it comes out to be minus 0.18 second. So these are all the absolute errors, but we have to take magnitude of all these. Magnitude of all these. Absolute values. Absolute value of this one is same, 0.01, already it is positive. Absolute value of this one becomes plus 0.06. Here it is positive already. This becomes positive 0.20. Here it becomes positive 0.18. So these are all the absolute errors, magnitudes of the differences with the mean value. Next, we have to calculate arithmetic mean of absolute errors, because next we need to calculate relative error. To calculate relative error, we need to calculate the arithmetic mean of absolute errors. Arithmetic mean of absolute errors. Delta T mean. I will call this as delta T mean. T mean is the arithmetic mean of all time periods. Delta T mean is the arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors. Just add these and divide by 5. 0.01 plus 0.06 plus 0.09 plus 0.20 plus 0.18 whole divided by, these are all in seconds, whole divided by number of absolute errors, that is 5. So if you add this, 7 plus 9 16, 16 plus 8 24, carry 2, 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 2 5, so it becomes 0.54 divided by 5. 0.54 divided by 5. So almost you can take 0. Okay, if you divide this, it becomes 5 ones are 50. zeros are 5 8s are. So if you round it off, so this comes out to be 0.11 second, because we have to take up to 2 decimal points. So this becomes delta T mean, that is arithmetic mean of all the absolute errors. Now you get the idea that the true value lies in between the interval 2.62 plus 0.11 second. Next one 2.62 minus 0.1 second. This implies the true value lies in the interval 2.62 is the arithmetic mean of time periods. 2.62 minus 0.11 second and 2.62 plus 0.11 second. Means there is a plus or minus error of 0.11 second for this true value, for this arithmetic mean of 2.62. So this is the meaning. So if you actually calculate this, it comes out to be 2.2 minus 1 1, 6 minus 1 5, 2.51 second, and if you add this, it becomes 2.70 second. It means the true value is in this interval. The true value is in this interval between 2.5 to 2.7. That is 2.51 second to 2.73 second. Now if you look at this T mean is a 2.62 second. So in this, the first two significant figures are reliable. 2 is also reliable and 6 is also reliable. So it is better to restrict up to first decimal point, that is 1/10 of a second. So the true value lies in between 2.5 and 2.7. So we can write, it is expressed as true value, if true value is T is in between 2.5 to 2.7, 2.5 to 2.7, 2.5 to 2.7 up to first decimal point. Now we will calculate what is the relative error. Means what he says here is, instead of taking the second decimal point, if you take 2.6 here, it becomes 2.5 here, and if you take 2.6 here, it becomes 2.7. If you ignore this second decimal point, it becomes 2.6 and 2.5 and 2.7. That is the meaning. It is in between the interval 2.5 to 2.7 second. That is the meaning of the calculation of true value. Now we will calculate relative error. Relative error, as you know, it is calculated as ratio of T mean, ratio of absolute error to the arithmetic mean of the given time periods. Arithmetic mean of given time periods is denoted by T mean. So this gives us relative error. So we have taken here delta T mean almost as 0.1. As I said you, we can ignore this 100th of a second. We can take only up to 1/10 of a second. That is, it becomes 0.1. So delta T mean can be taken as almost 0.1. So 0.1 second divided by T mean. You restrict up to first decimal. So it becomes 2.6. T mean, if it is restricted up to first decimal, it becomes 2.6. Here it is 0.1. So that I can denote 0.1 divided by 2.6. So this gives us 1 by 26 as the relative error. Now percentage error. Percentage error can be now calculated using the relative error. Relative error multiplied by 100. Relative error multiplied by 100. 1 by 26 into 100 gives us relative error, which is 4%. I think you got the idea. So even if you take delta t mean as 0.11 divided by t mean as 2.62, so the result will be almost same. So it is restricted only up to first decimal position, 2.6 here and 0.1 here. So it becomes 0.1 divided by 2.6, that is going to be 1 by 26. So percentage error is 1 by 26 into 100. Almost you can take 1 by 25, nearly 4%. It is a little less than 4%. Almost you can take the percentage error is 4%. So this 4% can be improvised. The error can be still minimized by various methods, by improving the technique of doing the experiment, by improving the apparatus, by improving the procedure, by reducing the personal error. So this is how errors can be calculated, and these error calculations will help us how to improve the experiment to get better result close to the true value. Thank you. Have a nice day. Good day.